Awesome win, man. Road victories are the sweetest of them all, and championship games maybe a little better than next road victories. And you know it was going to be a battle. It was obviously. They do a great job here at home. I've always been a tough team to play here. You got their quarterback and what appears to be their leader. Returning all the emotions in the stadium, and I give our team a lot of credit. That winning here is always tough, and we've obviously seen how tough this is last couple of times we played them. So huge road victory. All sides took part in it. Again, very impressed with Gabe Burkich. Again, just so clutch for us. Thought he was fantastic on the day. Guys offensively played well, especially keeping their patience in the first half when we had another. Didn't think there's any way we could get less possessions, and then we had 3, I think, the first half. So, and we just guys stayed with it, did a nice job. Defensively, we had some big plays. Obviously, the fumble recovery by Benito on the force by Grimes, it was the longest in school history. Had some key stops, but we certainly know we've got to be better there. We didn't tackle very well in the open field. Made way too many very simple mental mistakes that honestly, frankly, we haven't been having, and so got to play more complete there. But again, I give this team credit. You got to find ways to win. We've won in several different ways now early in the season, and I think that bodes well because this team has some fight and some grit about them, and we'll continue to improve. But a huge momentum builder for us, and we're always thrilled to get out of Manhattan with a win.
Lincoln, I was wondering if you could just talk about, we watched your offense last couple of years, and the criticism always been that you can't maintain it throughout a game. But today you score on your first 5 drives, particularly those first 3 with a minute and a half, remaining in the first half. I'm curious, how is this a jump overall, not just for Spencer, but maybe for the offensive line, the running game, all of that stuff?
The criticism through the years is we haven't been able to maintain. We've had maybe the greatest offensive run in college football history in the last few years. So I would beg to differ there. And then the second part about it. No, I mean I agree. We have not played perfect all the times, but we've been pretty damn good. This was for this group this year, not comparing to any other group in a year. This was the best, most complete game that we've played. We feel like we can play a whole lot better. But I thought we got some run game established. I thought that we just got in a little bit more of a rhythm. And again, I felt like we would handle it well, but after we've had the games we've had where it's been so low possession after that first half, and even throughout that first half, like how mentally were we going to handle that? It's like, man, you don't think you get anything less than 4 possessions in a game in a half, and all of a sudden we have 3. You know what I mean? And so I thought it showed some real mental toughness on our offensive guys' part, and we played complete ball against a good group. I mean, they had been missing a few guys, got them back, and it was a good, challenging group. It was a great atmosphere, and I understand what you're saying. I think our guys were better and more complete here through this game.
Well, maybe I didn't phrase it right. You mentioned it. I mean, your error for margin was so small
absolutely.
Today. And you've had games in the past where your defense has turned it over your offense. They haven't done anything with it. But today, maybe more so than any time last year, was this kind of the best that you've seen this offense with Spencer at the helm kind of manage that margin of error?
They're all different. They're all different. I mean, we had plenty of games, especially in the back half of last year, where we separated pretty good. We just had some of these low possession games, and there's been a lot of long drives, kind of for both sides early in the year. So, I mean, it does make you appreciate the possessions. Not that they're not always important, but sometimes you get some of these games where both teams are going fast or hitting some big plays, and there's so many possessions, that it changes so much that you usually value them, but it's just different in these because you kind of go take the field every time knowing like this one's pretty big. We may not have many more. We got to make the most of it, and we did do a better job of that today, yes.
Well, the results would suggest we didn't prepare at all for any quarterback or the offense that we faced, which that's something we got to analyze as a defensive staff, and obviously I'm in charge of it. So we clearly did a poor job, specifically myself, and I think that's regardless of quarterback. What they do offensively is very multiple. We've talked about it. He used the jet sweeps. The tailback's obviously a good player, a good O-line. I think certainly got a lot of respect. For number 7, he's done a tremendous job against us now 3 times. But No, to say somehow any issues that we had defensively were because we didn't know who was going to be the quarterback would be false. But he did a tremendous job, and certainly credit goes to those guys. It turns out they prepared for us. Certainly much better than we prepared for them. I mean, I think there's certainly some positives to responding when adversity hits. You know, the tough part is when you create the adversity on your own. That's where you start the fire, and then you become, look how good we are as firemen type of deal, right? And maybe that's a bad analogy, I don't know, but it's the only one I can come up with. But I certainly think you can find a way to win a game. Obviously, play well enough to do just that. And I think it's indicative of what good college football should happens to be. I mean, it's never going to be easy. If we're looking for easy, we're probably in the wrong profession. Certainly, it's the same approach from the player standpoint. If they want it to be easy, it's hard to win. It's always a constant reminder. There's times specifically today where we make it really hard on ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, I think we both had a feeling of, we took a step. We took a step of where we want to go, and kind of had a statement game, and didn't even play near to what we should have. Left a lot of money on the table, but we're gonna clean it up. Oh no, yeah, we'd be lying if we said this wasn't a game we wanted to come into and win. They beat us these last 2 years. They're always making it a close game, like they did today towards the end. But much respect to them. Thompson's a great quarterback. He gives us his best every time, and but luckily we came out with that win. I'm happy how we played.
For more information, you can visit TULSAworld.com.